ahead.
Once we change this to main floor, here's another, like, this thing pops up.
Can you go back? See what you did there? So, when you renamed that level,
Yeah.
what happened?
Wait. So it's main
Yeah.
floor.
Would you like to rename the corresponding views?
Yes.
It's up to you. But what happens now is that you already have a view called main floor.
Yeah.
But that main floor is the one that we duplicated,
Yes.
so it's not really associated to the level. The one that's
Oh.
associated to the level is level 1.
Okay. So probably the best way is like change this to another one, right? To another name.
You
and-
could do that, or you could say yes, but then it's going to call it main floor 1 with a 1 next to it,
Yeah.
because there's already a main floor. So if you say yes, see, the other one became main floor 1. Okay, what you can do now is delete now. Actually, just delete this one for now. Yeah, just delete that one. Okay. Good. So now I have my 2 levels and my 2 floor plan views. Let's go to the sheet that I created before, and let me just show you how to add a view to this sheet. So I can go here to floor plans on my browser and just click on one of these 2 and drag it and drop it in my sheet. See? And then I click again, and boom, the floor plan shows up in my view, in my sheet, sorry. And I can do the same with the other floor plan. I can put it also here. Now what's happening here is that they are overlapping each other, which is not good. So we'll have to adjust that later on so that we can show both floor plans but without overlapping each other. So for now we'll leave it like that. And then we are gonna go to one of the floor plans and we're gonna change how we show the walls and the floors, right? Like we did on the other exercise, remember? I want my walls, when they're cut, to show as a solid black hatch, and I want my floors, when they're not cut, to show a cross hatch pattern. We did this before, so we're gonna do it here again. So when we are on the view, we go to the properties panel, and on the visibility graphics, we hit the edit button here, and then it's the same thing that we were seeing before. Now we're gonna go to walls, and under cut, because I just want the walls that are cut by the view to show up as black. So I gotta go under cut and then change the pattern of that cut to be a solid hatch with a black color, right? And also I'm gonna do the same for floors, but in this case I'm not gonna be cutting the floors on this view, so I don't need to worry about the cut columns here. I just need to worry about the projection surface columns, and I'm gonna change the pattern to show a cross hatch like this one, for example, right? And the color, I want it to be, let's say, black as well. All right. So now we have those 2 visibilities changed on this view. What I want to do now is create a view template for my floor plans so that I can use it for all my floor plan views, right? Because right now the upper floor plan won't show the walls black and won't show the floors with the pattern. So I'm gonna create a view template here based on the current view. So I'm gonna create template from current view, and I'm gonna name it what? Floor plans. That's it, right? So now I have that floor plan template there. I'm gonna apply it to this view, main floor. So come here under view template and click on where it says none and find the new template I just created and select it and hit OK. So now I have a template, and I'm gonna do the same for the upper floor. I go to upper floor, and on the view template I'm gonna select that same template. So now my walls are gonna show the same way on both main and upper floors, and my floors are gonna show the same way on both views because I'm using the same view template. Okay?
So,
yeah.
Can you repeat the procedure again?
For the view template?
Yeah.
So the first thing I did, let's go back here to none. The first thing I did, I went to the visibility graphics of the view. So I don't have a template for now. See here? It says none. There's no view template. So I want to create a template. But before I create the template, I'm actually going to change the visibilities in the view. So I come here, edit the visibility graphics, and go to my walls, and then change the cut pattern to solid fill with color black. Okay? And go to floors and change the pattern of the projection surface to diagonal cross hatch with the color black. See that? Okay. Now, my walls and floors on this view are gonna show that way. But I wanna create a template that I can use for all my floor plans, not only the main floor. Right? Because otherwise, every time I create a new floor plan, I have to come here and do this all over again, which is a lot of work. Because right now we're only changing floors and walls, but look how many things we could change. And if I had to do that for every view, it'll be a lot of work. So that's why we use view templates, so that we can assign the same visibility graphics to all the views that we want. So to create a view template, we come to view, the view menu, and here under view template, we say create template from current view, right? So we create the template, we name it like floor plans, like I said before. I'm not gonna do it because I did it already, but well, that's how you create the template, right? And once you create the template, now you can come here and actually assign the template, right? So now I have my floor plans template here, and I'm gonna select it and hit OK. And that template, it's gonna control this view now. And I'm gonna go to upper floor and assign the same template. And if I had a third floor, I could do the same. Assign that same template, and then all those three views are gonna show up the same way. All right? Understood? So, now that I have all these visibilities changed, I'm gonna insert a Cad file that I have of this house that I want to create, so that I can use it as a guide, right? So we go to Insert tab and select Import Cad. And we are going to go and search for that file in my computer. So it is under that folder there, Revit Training, Class Resources, Class 3, and it's called Semi-Detached House. right? So here I have some options that I can change. And for example, for the layers, I want to specify what layers from that CAD I want to show. The import units, I'm going to leave it as auto detect, because Revit is going to detect what units the CAD drawing has and use those same units, right? And then the positioning, I'm going to say I like it center to center, but we could really use any of these here. For now, I'm just going to select center to center. And then I want to place that drawing on the main floor. Okay? So I hit open, and it's going to ask me now what layers I want to show. Here. So from all these layers, I actually want to see only the walls layer, projection layers. I don't want to see nodes. I want to see this one, but I don't want to see hatch. I don't want to see general nodes. And I don't want to see dimensions of depth points or zero. So those are the only ones that I want to see, because I'm only concerned now with the walls, the windows, the doors, and that kind of stuff. Okay? So I hit OK, and boom. That's my CAD drawing. Right?
Sorry, can you reset it?
Huh?
Can you send a file to Skype? Because I added it before and it's not the same as you sent it.
Oh, is it? Really?
Because you sent it before and I saved it and I added it as a homework, and then right now it's not the same.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I can put it here.
Okay. Oh, I guess I never have them. It's not the.
Huh? So
I guess I never have them.
Oh, you never had them?
Yeah, it's not the one you sent before. It's not. Okay.
Okay, well, now you should have it. You have it now?
Yep.
Just save it in your computer, remember. Alright, so back to this. Now I have that drawing that I'm going to use as a guide for my project, for my model. Okay? So on this drawing, I actually see 3 floor plans. So this one here, yeah?
Which layers?
Oh, just show walls, windows and doors, projection.
Heating?
No, don't worry about heat. Well, yeah, don't worry about heating for now. Just walls, projection, and doors and windows. That's pretty much it. Okay? So you see, there are three floor plans in this drawing. So the one on the left is the main floor, the one in the middle is the upper floor, and the one on the right is just the foundation level, or the basement, right? Because this is a 2-story house with basement. So I'm gonna start working on the main floor. So I wanna move this drawing so that the main floor part here is actually in the center of my project, right? Because that way I can see that on all my elevations, right? You guys understand that? If I model anything like over here, let's say, I won't be able to see it in these elevations. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna move it here, right? So now it's good to start modeling. Now, I don't like seeing all these different colors in this drawing, so I can actually change that. So to do that, I have to go to Manage and Object Styles. And the same way you remember we changed the thickness of the door trims here, we can actually change also the imported drawings that we have. Like there is a category here for that called imported objects. If I click on that, I see my semi-detached house drawing and all the layers that I imported, right? So I'm gonna change all those layers to show up as red because it's easier for me to identify that and realize that they're the drawing and not my project. I'm gonna change them all to red. Now you see everything is red except for these lines here, and that is let me see why that is actually. It shouldn't be, but it looks like something is wrong with the drawing. But that's okay, don't worry. Maybe it's the hidden layer. I don't know why it would show like that, but it's okay, don't worry about it for now. That's just a problem with the Cad file, it's not with your project, so don't worry about it for now. Alright, so actually I think that is the non-exceptional. Yeah, so now it's gone. If I change it to red, everything now should be red. Alright, there we go. So, I'm ready to start modeling my project now. Okay? So, the first thing that I'm gonna model, what do you think it is? Walls. Right. Correct. Doesn't have to be, but it's, again, good practice. Start by modeling your walls. Because your walls are the main structure on this house. We want to have walls before anything else. So let's start modeling the walls. We go to architecture and there's a command called wall, right? Select that command and let's see how many types of wall we have here. We have many of them, right? And these all these types, they come with that template that we use to start the project. But actually, none of this is what I want to use. So I need to create a new type of wall. How do I do that? Well, an easy way is just going to your families in the browser, going to walls, and on the walls, expanding basic walls, and select one of these, say, whatever. I'm gonna select generic 6 inches. And I'm gonna rename it. And I'm gonna call it exterior walls. Remember we did that before? So that's the type of walls that I'm gonna use for all my exterior walls. Okay? But I'm also gonna need another type for my interior walls. So I'm gonna select another one here, and or maybe not. Let's do something different. So this type of wall, exterior walls, I'm gonna now edit it, right? So that it matches what I need for my project. And what I need for my project is a 5.5 thick wall made out of wood, because that's what we use in Canada to build our houses. It's lumber, right? And exterior walls are normally 5.5 inch wide or thick. So I'm gonna, and the type of my wall, I'm gonna edit the structure of that wall. And right now I have only one layer, which is the structure layer, as you can see here. And I'm gonna leave it as a structure because it's actually the structure layer. And I'm gonna change the thickness to 5.5 inches, right? But those walls have also some other layers, not only the structure, because they're gonna have a layer on the inside of the wall, which is the drywall. You guys know what drywall is, right? No? Drywall is the finish on your wall on the inside of the house. It's probably that. That's not drywall because that's a different type of wall, but it's just like a board made out of gypsum that we use here in Canada to build our walls. So you frame the wall with the wood, and then you put those big sheets of drywall, and that's kind of like the finish of the wall, basically, on the inside. So you don't really use drywall on the exterior side of the house. You just use it on the inside. Okay. So I'm gonna add that new layer here. So I insert a new layer, right? And when I do that, it shows up here. And look at this here. It says exterior side at the top here, and down here it says interior side. So that means anything that's on this side of my core boundary is on the exterior side of the wall, and anything down here is on the inside of the wall. Like I said, the drywall goes always on the inside of the wall. So I want to move that new layer down to the inside side of the wall, or interior side of the wall. So it's now down here. And the drywall is not a structural part of the wall, it's just a finish or a substrate. So I can change that here. See, I have many options here. Structure, substrate, thermal, air layer, finish 1, finish 2, and membrane layers. So our walls can actually get pretty complicated depending on what type of wall we're working with. But for now, we're just going to use a very simple wall. So we're going to have the structure layer, and we're going to have on the interior side the substrate, which is going to be 1/2 inch thick, right? And we're going to have another layer, this time on the exterior side. So we insert a new one, and we move it up to the exterior side. See? Right. And that is going to be another substrate layer. And this time it's going to be, let's say, 3/8 of an inch. And here I can change the material of those layers. So the structure layer would be wood, the substrate on the interior would be drywall, and the substrate on the exterior would be something called OSB or sheathing. But for now, don't worry about it. Let's just leave all those materials as by category. Okay? We don't want to get too complicated here. Let's just leave it like that. So I have my wall here, and now the total width of the wall is 6 3/8 of an inch. Because it's 5.5 for a structure, plus 1/2 an inch for one side, and 3/8 for the other side. So that makes up for 6 3/8. And I'm gonna hit OK, and now my wall, it's what I want it to be. Okay? Now, I need another type of wall for the interior walls, which is slightly different. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate that type that I just changed. And when I duplicate it, I have to rename it, and this time it's gonna be interior wall, right? Now, the interior wall type, like I said, is gonna be slightly different. If I edit that type again, and in case you didn't notice, to edit a type from the browser, you just have to double click on it. Okay? So in this time, my wall, instead of having 3/8 of an inch on the exterior side, it's just gonna have 1/2 an inch again, because it's gonna have drywall on both sides, because it's interior. But now the structure layer is gonna be 3.5 inches, because it's a thinner wall, because it's not structural, let's say. So I'm just gonna change the thickness of the structure to 3.5. And now I have both wall types that I need to use. Right? Let's quickly model those walls. So I go to Architecture, select the Wall command. Let me know if you need some time here. let's make them all 1/2 inch now. What type is that, Jennifer? What type are you creating there? Genetically? No. Okay. You know what? I think it's better now if you guys just try to look at what I'm doing and listen, so that I can actually get a little further here and show you all these steps again, and then maybe you can try it again at home at your own pace, and next class I'll answer any questions that you may have. But let's just let's say you just look at me, what I'm doing now, and hopefully you kind of learn a little bit more here. Okay, we don't have much time anyway, so let's go and model the walls. We pick the wall command, and we have to select first the type of wall that we want to draw or model. And I'm going to start by the exterior walls. So I select that type, right? And then here on my options, I'm gonna just leave everything as is for now. But on my properties, I want my walls to go from main floor at the base, right, to upper floor at the top for now. Okay, so now every wall that I model, it's gonna have a height of 10 feet because that's the distance between the two levels. So let's start doing that. So from here, I can use many different tools to draw the walls, right? And another important thing to select here is the location line. The options for location line are wall center line, core center line, finish face, exterior or interior, and core face, exterior and interior. So finish face means the face including all the layers of the wall. But core face, it's only the structure layer, right? So basically, if I draw my wall using the core face, you see, when I place my wall here, the line that I'm using is not the inside of the wall. It's actually just the line on the core. So as you can see, there is a little bit of wall on top of that line, and that is the substrate that we added, that other layer that we added, right? So in this case, because I'm gonna be following this drawing, these lines here, they show the actual exterior face of the wall. So I want to use the finish face exterior or interior, but I'm gonna pick finish face exterior. So when I draw the line now, see how it changed? Now I'm actually using the exterior face of the wall. And if I flip it, then I can follow my drawing here. So I'm gonna go all the way around the building, right? And because I have this option here, see this box here, it says chain? If I have it checked, that means that I can draw walls continually without having to repeat the command. I can draw as many walls as I want without having to start and stop, start and stop. Just go all the way around the building. And now I have all my walls. And note that they're all showing as a black solid hatch. And that's because I changed my template before. Remember? Good. So I have my exterior walls there. Let's draw the interior ones now. And I pick the interior wall type here. And let's draw those interior walls. Again, I'm gonna go by finished face exterior, and I'm gonna follow these lines if I want. Right? Let's say these are all the same type of walls. Okay, have some more walls here. So these lines here are not walls. I want you guys to know that. If because I set up the layers to be red, now you can't really tell the difference. But if I kept the wall layer as a different color, then I could easily see what lines here are walls and what lines are not walls, right? Like I'm gonna show you what I'm saying quickly here. So this layer, I'm gonna change it to blue. So now it's easier for me to see what lines are the walls here, right? So I'm gonna keep doing all these interior walls. Here, for example, here, here, okay, and here, and then say here. So this one in the middle here, it's a thicker wall. So I actually need a new type of wall now. So I'm gonna just select this one wall here and edit the type, and then duplicate to create a new type, and I'm gonna call it party wall, because it's the wall between the two houses. And that's normally what we call those walls, the party wall. Okay? It's any wall that separates two different houses. Okay? And instead of 3.5, I want to make it, let's say, 7 inches. Okay? Boom. See how it becomes thicker now? That's what I needed. So let's just attach all these walls together here. Now I have pretty much all my walls here, except for this one. Alright. So, time is almost over, but let's see if we can get something else here done. Okay, I want to start inserting all the doors here. I don't have the type of door that I want to use in this project. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna load the door family that we were just working before, right? So to load a family, we go to the Insert tab, and then there's a command called Load Family. Click on it, and we can go to anywhere in our computer and find that family that we want to load. In this case, it'll be here under class 3, I believe. Yeah, door with louvers, that's the one. So we bring it in, and that family is now in my project. And if I go to the browser, under doors, I see the family called doors with louvers, and all the types that there are, right? So let's start inserting doors here. Again, in architecture, there is a command for doors. We select it, and first thing we do is select the type that we want to use. So let's start by the 36 by 80 with 6-inch trims. And I'm gonna use that one for the front door here. Right? Let's put it here. Alright? So now I'm gonna use the other one with the 3-inch trim for the back door. Alright? And same for this other house. And then this one for here. And then we're gonna use the other type called 30 by 80 without trims for many other wall doors, maybe. Okay, let's use 32. Well, yeah. Okay, whatever. It doesn't really matter what we use for now. So let's put this one here, this one here, this one here, and so on. Right? So let's leave it like that for now. Maybe one more here. Okay. So we want to make sure all those doors that we just inserted, if we select them all, we want to make sure they're all on the main floor level here with a ceiling height of 0, because we want them to be right on the floor. Okay, so that's correct, and that's by default what Revit does with doors. It always puts them right on top of the level that you're working on. Okay, so it's a pity that the time is over again and we couldn't finish this exercise. Next class, I think we should start touching some new content. But maybe I'll see when I get the class here prepared. I might be able to allow some time to finish this little project up to the point that we left today in the class, so that you guys see everything that we've done so far. But I wouldn't mind if you go again as a homework and try to do this project again. Like insert the windows, do the same exercise for the windows, create the trims, all that things that we did, work with the levels on this project, pretty much all the steps that we did in the class, okay? It'll be good if you do that on your own time again, because practice is the only way of learning anything, including Revit, right? So the more you practice, the better you're gonna get at it. So if you don't mind, you can do this last homework again, or you can start from scratch, like I did now. You can start creating the whole project from scratch. Okay? Anyone has any question that wants to ask right now before you guys leave?
So, hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, like you said, I create few templates,
Yeah.
and then I import the Cad file,
Yeah.
and I find out like the dimension and all the nodes cannot be taken away.
They can. So your CAD file is showing all the dimensions, for example?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah, but before I didn't create a template, like some new template like this class. Before I didn't do that, and I was able to take away all the things like the dimension and all the nodes. But right now I create a new template, and then I found out I couldn't take that away.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're saying, because the template, what are you talking about when you say template? Are you talking about a view template?
Yeah.
So the one that we just created called floor plans?
Yeah.
Okay, well, in the template, we didn't really change anything related to the CAD file. So it doesn't really control what we see on the CAD file.
Okay.
We could do that, but we just didn't do it.
Okay. Because we created two different views, right? One floor plans and one main floor. Is that?
Yeah. Floor.
Yeah. So I was in the view of the main floor.
Yeah.
And then I imported the Cad file.
Yes.
And then the dimension just stood like that. I did all the procedure we did before, and then
Yeah, but probably what you missed is selecting the layers that you want to import for the Cad file. When I imported this Cad file, you remember I had a window where I selected the layers that I want to show, and the ones that I didn't want to show, I just unchecked the boxes.
yeah,
That's
and I
probably what
couldn't
you
check the
missed.
boxes.
So if you didn't uncheck the dimension layer, for example, you will still see it.
I mean the Revit doesn't allow me to uncheck it.
You can go if you want. You don't have to stay, okay? Sorry, Jason, what's that?
Revit doesn't allow me to uncheck it.
No?
No.
Okay, you know what? Look at my screen for a minute. So I'm gonna go to insert, okay? Import CAD.
Okay, wait,
And I select the CAD file. And here, you have to make sure you select specify.
Oh, that's why.
If you don't do that, then you can't specify which layers you want to show.
Okay.
And it will show all the layers or just the visible ones.
Okay.
So probably you
forget that.
missed this step.
Yeah, I always forget that.
But that's okay. Right now, in your project, you can go to Manage,
Yeah.
Object Styles,
Yeah.
and then under Imported Objects here, do you see a layer called Dimensions here?
I mean, I see a lot of layers, but they're
See
all
a lot of
like.
them, exactly. You can actually delete the ones that you want.
Oh, just do them.
You can hit this button here, delete,
Yep. Okay, I did
and
that.
they will go away.
I did that already.
If you don't want to see the dimensions, just delete it from here.
Okay.
And you can do the same for all the layers that you don't want to see.
Okay, cool.
Just leave walls, projection, and door and windows.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, yep.
There.
I'm good
So
then.
try to do that all over again, okay?
Okay.
Good. So the other guys, are you all gone or are you still there?
Oh, sorry?
Oh, you're still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you rotate the apartment here in the 3D view?
Oh, in the 3D view? Okay,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go-
How do you rotate it?
Okay, I'm gonna create a 3D view here, right? And then, when you are in a 3D view, if you hold your Shift key down,
Shift?
yeah, the Shift key, hold it down, and press the scroll button in your mouse. You know the little wheel in your mouse. This shows up, and now you can just by moving the mouse, you can rotate that. See? Is that what you were asking?
You just keep pressing the shift one?
Yeah, you have to keep the shift hold down, and then
Okay.
and then press the little wheel in your mouse.
Okay. Got it.
Keep it pressed, and then move the mouse.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
got
got
it?
it.
You created a 3D view?
Thank
Here.
you.
Here, man. Look at my screen. See this little symbol here with the house?
Yeah.
That's how you create a 3D view.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Good. Any other question? Okay, you guys can go home now if you want. We'll see you on Thursday.